The question everybody has been asking: when could we see the next crypto and NFT bull run? In this video today, I'm going to attempt to answer that very question. So stick around and let's hop straight into the video. So I think before we try to speculate on when we could see another potential bull run, we need to talk about the money flow and how things work in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. And when I say money flow, I mean where the profits go, where the liquidity goes, and when. And so what we have seen historically is usually at the start of a bull run, the money usually flows into Bitcoin first. And then from there, profits get taken and then they flow into Ethereum. And then from there, we'll see those profits bleed into different altcoins, usually somewhere in the top 100 altcoins or so. And then from there, sometimes that money even flows into smaller cap altcoins, like those super degenerate DeFi and gaming coins. And then from there, what we've seen in 2021 is profits got taken into NFTs. And so people continuously look for different ways and for different trends to multiply their money. So from Bitcoin to ETH to altcoins to smaller cap altcoins to NFTs. And if you take a step back and really look at it, you could say that NFTs are basically just very small capped altcoins with pictures attached. And obviously the way they trade and the liquidity and the marketplaces you use are very different, but you could say that. So now at least historically we understand the money flow, and that's super important because you can start to understand where to put your money. If, for instance, you see Bitcoin go on a crazy rally and then start to go sideways, you could reasonably speculate that some money could go from Bitcoin into Ethereum and into alts. And so you could move your money around to catch those different waves because historically you understand the money flow. If we kind of take that same logic and apply it to NFTs, we could absolutely do the very same thing. And so currently that's my plan. I am dollar cost averaging Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay? And so let's say in the future, in 2024 or something like that, we see Bitcoin go absolutely crazy. I'm going to take profits on my Bitcoin and either put those profits into Ethereum or into altcoins that I really believe in. And at some point, we'll talk about altcoins on this channel, but for now, I'm not going to talk about them because I'm not buying. So March 22nd, the Federal Reserve hiked interest rates once again by 0.25 basis points. And so what we're looking at right here on the screen is the possibilities that the market is predicting on where interest rates could go. And interest rates are very important for risk assets in general, aka cryptocurrency and NFTs. So if you're into NFTs or cryptocurrency, this is definitely a page that I would continuously refresh and look at throughout the weeks because it's basically a future outlook of what the market is predicting is going to happen with the federal funds rate, which is the current interest rates and what the Federal Reserve plans on doing with them. And so on March 22nd, which was yesterday, but also depending on when this video goes live, we'll see the Federal Reserve decided to hike the federal funds rate up by 0.25% basis points once again. And we're currently sitting at a federal funds rate of 5%. And in my opinion, this is probably going to be the terminal rate, which basically means they're not going to hike interest rates anymore. And you can see the market is also predicting this as well. Currently right now, it is 323, and it is saying on 5/3, there's a 65% chance that the feds do not hike interest rates. And the following month on 6/14, there is a 57% chance that the Federal Reserve will not hike interest rates again. So the market is predicting that we are potentially going to have a pause here. And then the following month, 7/26, they're predicting a 57% chance that the feds are going to cut interest rates by 0.25 basis points. So to me, this is super interesting. That means it's a potential 4-month period of no more interest rate hikes. And then on 7/26, we'll get a cut. So that could very well mean from now until the first cut, we could see the market go fairly sideways and or trend higher because the market no longer has to price in higher interest rates. So this is definitely something I'm going to continuously be watching because once again, it's a window into what the market thinks is going to happen in the future. And that's an incredibly valuable asset to have in your tool belt. And once again, guys, this is going to change, right? And this is probably going to change fairly drastically depending on CPI and inflation data and jobs and how everything goes in the market leading up until these dates. And I will continuously update you guys on where these numbers are headed and trending. But as you can see, after that first 0.25 cut, another one, and then pause, and another one, another one, leading up into 2024. Coincidentally, the Bitcoin halving is going to take place 2024 sometime in April. And if you're unaware of what this means, this essentially means the rewards you get for mining Bitcoin. Mining Bitcoin is basically just using electricity to solve a complex cryptographic problem, which you can use to secure the network. The reward you get for doing that is decreasing. Okay, so we have had 3 halvings so far, and the 4th halving will happen in 2024 sometime in April. And the reward that you get for mining Bitcoin will be cut in half once again, aka the rate of which Bitcoin is increasing in supply, even though it has a fixed and capped supply, will be cut in half. So usually, historically, the Bitcoin halving is an incredibly strong narrative. It is an incredibly powerful kindling that is usually used not only in media, but by content creators and just the market in general to push a narrative of potential bull cycle. And people love the Bitcoin halving. It has historically done great things for the market, for just overall risk assets in the cryptocurrency sector. And what's super interesting is for NFTs, basically the NFT market was in its infancy, nothing like it is today for the last halving. And we're finally going to experience a Bitcoin halving in 2024 in April sometime, with the fully fledged kind of NFT market that we've birthed over the past year and a half, 2 years. And so it should be incredibly interesting to see what happens to the cryptocurrency sector when it comes to this halving, and also the NFT market, which obviously a lot of my viewers are participating in, and seeing the correlation there and seeing what happens. And, you know, I'm going to take my notepad out and scribble down a couple notes on the correlation and the relationship between the Bitcoin halving and the NFT market when 2024 April comes around, because it's going to be incredibly interesting. All right, guys, so let's recap really quickly. Right now, the federal funds rate is 5%. The market is predicting over the next 3 to 4 months that we're not going to see an extra hike. 65% chance and 57% chance that we're not going to see a hike. Starting 7/26, they're expecting a decrease, a cut, so a potential pivot from the feds. Usually a pivot corresponds with some sort of recessionary period. A pivot usually corresponds with a decrease in risk asset prices overall, but this could potentially align very well, because we could see a pause, which could mean a potential few months here with sideways movement or potential bullish movement, and then a cut, which we could see a decrease in prices, which would open up a great opportunity for people to get involved with DCAing or buying the NFTs that they really love, into cutting harder and harder into potential 2024 April, into the Bitcoin halving, to where we have low interest rates, Bitcoin halving, brand new year, so brand new tax year. And so there's a lot of catalysts there that could mean a really, really bullish period in 2024. So that's basically what I'm expecting in the short, medium, and long term, is a pause from the feds, and then a cut from the Fed, which is what the market is predicting, and then April 2024 Bitcoin halving time, which, like I said before, is an incredible kindling for a potential bull cycle in 2024. So it should be a very exciting, you know, Q4 of this year and Q1 of next year. Okay, so we understand the money flow, Bitcoin to ETH to altcoins to smaller altcoins to potentially NFTs. And we also understand the market is predicting a pause from the feds and then a cut from the feds, and then we have the Bitcoin halving in 2024. So what the heck to do with your money? For me personally, I'm going to wait for levels to come lower, and then I'm going to turn on the DCA printer fairly aggressively, because I think we're getting a little bit squeezed for time here, just because of what the market is thinking and what I'm getting from the feds. And so I want to make sure I have a decent chunk of time to accumulate a bag, accumulate enough exposure to assets that I believe in, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and a handful of NFTs, to where I'd be comfortable riding out some sort of bull market in. I don't want to miss the train, but I also don't want to put too much money in too early. So knowing that we're going to be getting a pause in interest rates for the next few months, I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines and not doing too much buying at the moment. Right now, you know, at the time of this video, Ethereum is at around $1,800 and Bitcoin is around $28,000. So we have seen, you know, a 5, 10, 15% price increase for Bitcoin and Ethereum over the past couple weeks. And for me, that is enough to not want to dollar cost average too much at this moment. So knowing that historically, when the Federal Reserve decides to start cutting interest rates a little bit, sometimes that can't be great for risk assets in general. So I will wait for some sort of opportunity to turn on the dollar cost average once again. And in my opinion, that could be when the Fed does a U-turn. Once interest rates get low enough and we get into 2024 with the Bitcoin halving narrative, hopefully I'll have a decent chunk of time throughout that window to dollar cost average a big enough bag to where I feel comfortable for a potential 2024 bull run cycle. And then throughout 2024, depending on what inflation does and interest rates do and the Bitcoin halving narrative and regulatory FUD around the SEC and Coinbase and ETH being a security and all these different narratives that are being pushed by different regulators and Congress, that's when we'll really start to understand where cryptocurrency is headed in 2024 and 2025. But that's my current plan. A dollar cost average strategy more aggressively in a fairly potentially short window before the halving in 2024 in April. I would like to get a big enough bag to where I'm comfortable riding some sort of bull cycle in 2024. And then obviously throughout 2024, if we do get some sort of crazy bull cycle and Bitcoin goes to 50, 60, 70, 80K, and we see Ethereum at $10,000, I will systematically be dollar cost averaging profits out of the market. And that will be a dynamic dollar cost average profit taking strategy. And all I mean by that is I will potentially take, 5% profits at this price level and 10% profits at this price level and 20% profits at this price level, etc., while also leaving room to adjust what price levels I want to take profits at and how much of a percentage I want to take profits in general. So a dynamic profit taking strategy is definitely the best strategy, but as long as you have a strategy and you're able to stick to it to some degree, that is the most important. Once again, 2021 was absolutely crazy. People didn't take enough profits. I didn't take enough profits, and I don't want to make that mistake again in 2024 or 2025 if we go crazy bullish. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, turn on that notification bell, share this video around because I think it's important for any cryptocurrency or NFT degen who is looking to get involved in these markets. I will see you guys in the very next video. Peace.